Russia hits Ukraine with the largest attack in a 48-hour period since the invasion of Ukraine first began February of 2022. The Prime Minister of Latvia resigns following the Ukrainian drone incursion into Latvian airspace and her calling for the resignation of the Latvian Defense Minister. And Andrei Yermak, Zelensky's ex-top aide, has been arrested on charges of money laundering with bail set at 3.19 million USD. I'm Sophia Marie. Let's get into news of the region. Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm a graduate of Georgetown and Oxford. New setup today. Make sure to like, follow, and repost. Let's get into the news. Okay, starting off with what all the headlines are talking about. Russia has hit Ukraine with the largest attack in a 48-hour period since the invasion first began. Zelensky posted to X that in total, since midnight yesterday, Russia has used more than 1,560 drones against Ukrainian cities and communities. He continued that this was, quote, definitely not the actions of those who believe the war is coming to an end. On Saturday, during the Victory Day celebrations, Putin had said that he believed the war in Ukraine was coming to an end. Obviously, the attacks suggest the very opposite. So this now puts at least 22 people dead over the 2 days, dozens of others injured. Zelensky has ordered the military to prepare for a strong response to these attacks. We talked yesterday about the article from the Financial Times talking about the fact that Russia and Ukraine have both kind of seen little prospect in reviving US brokered talks, and I think that this kind of attack from Russia and then Zelensky declaring that he wants a strong response in retaliation obviously shows that there isn't really a lot going on in the negotiation area. Now, in other news in the Baltic region, we've been following this resignation of the Latvian defense minister. So basically, the Latvian prime minister called for his resignation after on May 7th, so exactly a week ago, 2 Ukrainian drones entered into Latvian airspace and then hit oil facilities. The prime minister ordered the defense minister's resignation. He did resign, but now it was reported today that the Latvian prime minister herself is resigning. So apparently the former defense minister's party, the Progressive Party, is a part of her left-leaning coalition in Latvia. It withdrew its support for her when she made him resign. Now, in other news, we've been following the Andrei Yermak case, the man who has been really close to Zelensky over the years, his former top aide. He was just arrested today by Ukraine's anti-corruption court on charges of money laundering, and his bail was set to 3.19 million USD. He said to reporters that he doesn't have that kind of money, and he'll be leaning on family and acquaintances to try to raise that money. Lastly, just briefly on this, today Peter Magyar has ended the wartime state of emergency that Orban first imposed in Hungary during the COVID pandemic. Then he later extended with the onset of the Ukraine war. Now, this wartime state of emergency declared by Orban and his administration has been something the European Commission has heavily criticized, saying that it doesn't align with European values. So once again, another instance of a seeming reconciliation between Hungary and more European values. That's it for news today. I'm really interested if anyone knows anything about Latvian domestic politics. It seems like it wasn't even the result of the Ukrainian drones having entered into Latvia. It was more of a blowback of her making the defense minister resign, and I wonder if there's just like party discontent that's happening within that coalition, and that's the reason for her resignation. I know that she was first elected in 2023, and elections were supposed to happen in October of this year. But if any of you guys have more information about Latvian domestic politics, I'm not an expert at all, so I'd love to hear your opinions. But yeah, see you tomorrow.